You have white hair, like every grandpa. You're ugly, but I like you.
That's lucky.
I know everything. Ask me.
Is the shore safe?
Yes. Sometimes those evil fish people creep out of the water and drive off the funny fishermen. I hide under the fisherman's hut.
Clever.
Of course.
Take care.
And now here's the point where I used to censor my other videos. But because I don't have the ability to censor... Take it all in, lads. It's artistic. Take it all in. Very artistic.
Welcome, warrior.
Greetings.
If not for my woes, I'd rejoice in a swim with you.
What
Swim.
Let's talk.
Alright, Jiggles.
You mentioned woes.
Terrible indeed. I lost my turquoise necklace as I swam in moonlight, a gift from the Lady of the Lake.
Where did you swim?
I usually bathe in the lake, yet that night I dared the river near the village. Sadly, the drowners abide there, led by Zephyr.
Who's Zephyr?
Once one of Vizima's most famous thieves. He moved as quietly as the wind, and quite handsome.
And now?
He once escaped through the sewers, but his loot proved too heavy. He joined the drowned dead, but old habits rarely die as easily.
He still steals?
Of course. Doubtless he stole my necklace. The drowners ever protect him.
I'll search for your necklace.
How wonderful! I have no gold with which to pay, but perhaps some trinkets could prove useful.
It's a deal then.
I just noticed...
At the end of the beach, in an enchanting lagoon.
I just noticed like the like bag and the teeth as part of that necklace. Just
How do I
noticing.
find Zephyr?
If you slay enough drowners, he'll appear to discover the problem. Remember, drowners only venture out at night.
Who are you?
A naiad, a water nymph. I serve the Lady of the Lake.
Farewell.
We will meet Lady Lake, and yes, it seems to be the same one of a Turian legend. There's Knights of the Holy Grail and all that. There's also this Vodnoi priest over here, who's quite friendly. But we have a fair... I think we can actually kind of understand them. Great, meme speak.
Pleased to meet you. I don't speak your language.
Very well.
Evidently. Let's talk.
Kneel before lady. Speak easy. No kneel. Must be Dagon Nanan. No speak.
So I'm to pay tribute to the Lady of the Lake?
Exact.
All right.
Oak. Gulpul
Got any work for someone skilled with sword? Everything alright? What's Witcher in your language?
What's Witcher in your language?
Which malal bull?
Which Malal?
Which malal bull? Bull must be. No, bull means idiot.
All right, then I'm Witch Malal Bool.
Yes, so you be.
I feel he wasn't quite precise in that translation.
Everything all right?
Great sadness. No peace in house.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oak. Gulpul Talu.
Somehow I don't think any of that's Irish. Somehow.
Got any work for someone skilled with a sword?
Gul, bull. Humans great enemies to Vodianoi. Hire Witcher big for Vodianoi to kill. Witcher big at crypt. We love with humans, yet humans swim our waters.
Did I hear you right? Another Witcher?
Gralol, exact, disloving ghouls at crypt.
I need to speak to him. Farewell.
Yeah. Basically, there's a job to kill... Well, basically, there's a war between the humans here and the Vodnoi. You can either piss off one faction... Well, you side with the Vodnoi over the humans, humans over the Vodnoi, or you can... There's a third path, as you'd expect. There's Resolute Girl, there's Nad, there's Circle Waiting Magic. We'll click on it. Just get that back. All the potions are gone now. There should be a chest over here. I'm still remembering bits of this here. So I should be able to do this bit at a good clip. I'm actually quite happy with playing this game as of right now. I was playing, like I was saying, Sir Sam 2 earlier, wasn't happy. Played some Warcraft. I was okay with it, but I wasn't really into it. Playing this? Yeah, I'm pretty fucking into it. So, I'll be doing this at a nice clip. I hope I'll be doing this at a nice clip anyway. There's a fair bit to do here, as you expect. It's another chapter, but since I know what to do, I might get it done quickly. One of the sharps is over here. Those are drowners, but I have little interest in them. Seems to have plenty of interest in me, though. I suppose I got to thank the elf for a token effort. Kill it. On Blackturn Isle and the... What? No, it's over there on the river. It's nothing to do with Blackturn.
When I behold you, I wonder what I call us outcasts.
Is that to say that Geralt is more of a... You know, a freak than they are, and so the elves should be welcomed in, and like if Geralt is more accepted in human society than the elves are, maybe that the elves should be, it should be the other way around.
Go, Dwan.
Okay, he ain't friendly, but if we go into the cave, we can find two elves to talk to. Tuvriel over here. But which honestly sounds like the lady from the new, well, that was in the Hobbit movies, the elf that got added in. I remember seeing a quote from apparently the actress. She brings feminine energy to it. I hate shit like that. Feminine energy. Like I remember some writers talking, I remember her name, but part of me feels, maybe I shouldn't say it. I have said it in plenty of other videos, but she went on about feminine empathy. Or female empathy, that's it. And female friendship. She was asserting that in Tomb Raider, the relationship between Lara and the Sam was a female friendship. It just seemed like a fucking friendship. She was needlessly, pointlessly tacking on gender to it. If you want to say it's a friendship between two girls, that's fine. But when you're saying female friendship, it's implying different things to it. It just seems like a fucking friendship.
Why stay and not here?
Could you shut up for a bit? It's just fucking stupid to me.
Greetings, Geralt.
Greetings, Elf.
Have you forgotten me? Much time has passed since our encounter at the end of the world.
I lost my memory.
No matter. I am called Teruviel, and I am pleased to find you again.
Me too.
What brings you here?
You mentioned we met.
In Dolblatana, the Valley of the Flowers. A most beautiful place. I granted Dandelion the lute he now plays. Meeting you changed me. I once hated humans without exception. Your words planted doubt. When the war brought all that hatred, I realized there was another way.
I'm glad.
As am I, Witcher.
That's good. Do Blatana? Do Blatana? I think that's... I looked it up before. And I think that is Bohana. I think this is just an issue of having someone who's not skilled with the language try and say... Yeah, it's flowers, and the A in it is meant to have a fada. But yeah, I think it's just an issue of someone not knowing Irish, trying to say Irish. I think that's just the issue of it. Which I understand. Like, I can barely speak Irish myself. Most Irish words go way over my head. But yeah, it's just, I think that's where it stems from. Of course, look at Ruby, where Vice is pronounced Weiss. I think that's just purely because Monty preferred the sound of Weiss over Vice. And said, oh, well, it's pronounced this way. They don't have German in this world. I think that was the answer. His explanation. For those who don't get what I'm saying. There's a show called Ruby, RWBY. Each letter of that is the first letter of each of the names of the main 4 girls. R is for Ruby, W is for Weiss, B is for Blake, Y is for Yang. So I had to make sure I was saying in the right order. It's first the letter of each of their names, and also each of their names is a particular color. Like Ruby Rose, she's all in red. Well, it has a big red theme to her. Weiss is in a lot of whites. She's like Weiss-Schnee or something. It's German. It's Snow White basically. There's Blake Valdana. She's in a lot of blacks, and then Yang has a lot of yellow to her. And then each of their songs, I think is their color as well. Like each team has their own team to it. I think there's Jean's team. I think might have a color team to it as well. But I swore there was a team, and it could have been his, that was at a cross, like they're famous cross dressers or something, but there was gender bent. I have no idea. I can't remember the thing. Someone. I just remember seeing something like that before. It was probably on the wiki, but I can't remember. But yeah. Anyway, that's just the what I was saying. Bring it back to this. Yeah, it's probably just the getting a non-speaker of Irish trying to say an Irish word. I can understand them having difficulties. I have plenty myself. I speak English, pretty well, I like to think. But I have a lot of difficulty speaking my own native tongue. To be honest, English is more my native tongue than Irish. Like most classes here, unless you're in a Gaelscoil, most classes here are taught in English, bar Irish, and even then, we would typically teach Irish through English, if you get me. We aren't speaking the I'm reliving Irish class here, flashing before my eyes. I'm not kidding. Sometimes this happens, and it's fucking annoying. I remember I was having wicked flashbacks to my to school or something when I was middle Warcraft 3. Wasn't really helping my mood. Don't think it'll be. What do you call it? But yeah, we wouldn't be speaking Irish the entire way through Irish class. We'll be, teaching Irish through the within the realms of English, if you get me. Like, it may be Irish class, but there's still a ton of English going on within it. There's, sorry, I'm getting. I know, like, if you were in the Gaeltacht, you're to speak Irish the entire time, whether you're in the schools or outside of them. I'll explain what Gaelscoils and Gaeltachts mean in a moment. If I forget, you can look it up. you're meant to speak it the entire time, but within the Irish classes outside of it, we were speaking bits of Irish, doing bits here and there, but it was all being like typically I think it got translated into English for us. It was very laid back. We weren't having to speak Irish the entire time. So yeah. The Gael schools are Irish schools basically. I think everything's taught within the realms of Irish within them. I've never been to one. A friend of mine has, but I haven't. And Gael talks, one of my teachers was talking about them before. You're meant, like I was saying, you're meant to speak Irish the entire time. Even if you're like running the corner shop, you're meant to speak Irish there fluently. He was saying how he noticed two shopkeepers speaking English and within it, and the moment they noticed him and how he was dressed, they figured, oh, he must be a teacher, and started speaking Irish again. Wonder what he's up to. That teacher was he was a substitute teacher for my for my time in 5th class. Lovely man, especially after this, distasteful woman I had previously. Sorry, I just brought some old grievances back to the surface. As a little thing for you to know about me, if you're curious, I've issues letting go. This took place probably nearly a decade ago, and I still hate her guts. Probably doesn't help that I couldn't really tell, looking back on it and considering my bias. I'm biased, well, considering my distaste for her, I'm clearly biased, but she was possibly a major sexist as well, so it's probably not helping my grievances. Remember her laughing about women being the superior sex. It didn't sound like... and she laughed, but it didn't sound like a sarcastic laugh or, whatever. It sounded like, malevolent cackling. Not quite, but, it wasn't a nice laugh. But anyway, that isn't the main reason I have a grievance against her. I've probably forgotten it if it was only that. But regardless, she, for whatever reason, didn't hang around for... Actually, no, wait. I can't remember how it fully played out. She might have been my 4th class teacher. Then maybe I had her for a bit of 5th. Then the other guy came in for 5th. He finished it off, I think. Or he was there for a fair bit of it. Maybe she rounded out the year. But then he was there for 6th year. Sorry, I keep saying years. Classes. Primary school's classes, secondary school's years. But yeah, basically he rounded it out my 5th class. 6th class in primary school. He's really cool. Put on Mythbusters for us in class. He was talking to us about... he went on some tour to South America. Some hiking thing. And he was talking about it, and it was really interesting. He was a really nice guy. He was a really fun teacher. I hope things are going well for him. Feel awkward even saying his surname, so I'm not going to say any details about him. But I hope things are going well for him, whatever he's doing now. Great, now I'm just flashing back to school. Seeing shit flashing before my eyes. I'm non-vetting out here. Let's just move on.
Is there any way I can help?
Indeed. We're wounded and hungry. Negotiations with the peasants went poorly. Our dignity is all we have left.
What can I do?
You could buy fresh bread. 20 orange should cover 5 loaves.
I'll return soon.
Okay. Must find a baker or a merchant. There's that one. And now here's the other guy. Come on, Geralt.
Geralt, I'm not surprised to see you. It's me, Sheridan. Recognize me?
Sheridan?
Apparently not. You were busy.
It's been some time.
True, Geralt. And see what's come of it. A mess, not assimilation. You work hard, you pay taxes, then come the pogroms. You flee as they torture Tavern.
Hard times.
Good you're here.
I know I remember reading about this guy. He turned up at a non